brother. Okay. Sometimes, often, it feels as if doing the same old motherfucking bullshit. Time and time again. No more results. Is this like typical with people? Probably not. I don't know. Just thinking to myself, like, just repetitively doing the same old bullshit, day in, day out, week in, week out. I still have so much at my, like, feels as if I'm doing a lot of the same old shit, but I'm not making too much progress. That's what it feels like, at least. I know it may be different than what is actually happening, but it oftentimes feels as if, in my daily life, doing a lot of the repetitive motions, but it's like, where am I going with this? You know what I mean? And I would imagine that's something that quite a bit of people feel as well on a pretty regular basis, and I obviously sympathize with that, you know? Lots of people struggle on fucking every second of the day. People are struggling, and I think it just shows. I think it's important to think about that, not in terms of like get down on yourself about it, but I think it's important to recognize that there's suffering and that there is misery all the time. And don't get down on yourself about it, but it's important to recognize that, and you can say, wow, look at how good I have it. And just be appreciative of what I do have in my situation and how fortunate I am in this current moment. I mean, I woke up today. That's pretty amazing, if you ask me. A lot of people don't. Or sometimes people wake up and their life, I don't know, there's just a lot can go wrong very quickly. So, fucking, I don't know. I don't want to sit here and like bitch, but sometimes it does feel like that I'm doing a lot of the same shit, but nothing's happening. And does that make me like kind of delusional? That I am going through all these repetitive motions and I'm finding myself seemingly not getting anywhere. But I think it's also one of those things where it's like relative to who or to what. And then that's also one of those things where that can be a bad thing to compare yourself relative to other people, because you're a different person, you have a different situation, your heart desires other things, and to compare yourself to other people who are following their own heartful desires, at least you think they are, I think it's silly to compare yourself to others, but I know it's very difficult to not to, especially today with social media and how easy it is to see all of the seemingly fantastic things that other people do on a regular basis. That's a complete misrepresentation of the everyday human struggle. Now, yes, there are outliers who perhaps now they have gotten to a point in their life where they're fulfilled and they can live peacefully. But those are the same people that went through the everyday struggles for years, day in and day out. And then they made it to the top and they said, okay, how can I maintain this? How can I provide this to other people as well? So I think that's, it's like, don't compare yourself to other people, especially on social media. If you have friends who are doing better than you, celebrate that and say, well, like, good for them. And I can do something great for myself as well. So don't get down on yourself. But I do think it's important to try to question yourself question others and talk about this is like, how can you try to improve your situation and perhaps the situation of those around you as well. I'm thinking to myself that therapy would probably be a pretty great option. It feels that probably talking with a therapist on a weekly basis or perhaps bi-weekly would probably be quite beneficial. Similar to making these videos, to me these types of videos, they're beneficial. They help me think sometimes like a little bit more from a third person perspective, and it seems that therapy perhaps could also do something similar to that as well. Just being able to talk with somebody about your daily life, traumatic experiences, what is it that you want to do, why is it that you want to do such a thing, and how could this benefit you, yourself, others? Where do you want to go with your life? Because I think these are necessary questions and discussions that we must have, especially time such as this, in a world such as this. There's a lot of chaos going on, and I think now more than ever, I personally just want to be more at peace with myself, but I know that's a very difficult task. But yet again, that's how I feel, it's what I desire, but I find myself making constant decisions that counteract what I actually desire. And recognize that and say, I want this thing, at least I think I do. Question what it is that you want, why it is that you want it, and then say, how do I get there? That is something that I need to do, and I know that probably a lot of other people probably also need to do that as well. So just question yourself, question these things, and I think that a lot of this could be boiled down to getting some peace and quiet with yourself, some meditation with yourself, allowing yourself to have the mental room to breathe and to inhale just the nature, the life, the universe. Just to put yourself at bay from negativity. Not that you should try to completely exclude negativity, because I think that's impossible, but recognize the different emotions coming at you from yourself. Maybe the voices in your head are feeling positive, negative, a whole lot of the in-between, ups and downs. And then you're also going to be dealing with those types of emotions from other people as well. And you have to deal with that on a regular basis. And sometimes dealing with that, you might have to go talk to a friend, play a little guitar, read a book. I think social interaction is probably the best. But, I mean, there's a lot going on today in this world. And I don't want to sound like all the other people, just like, oh, it's a lot of chaos, but it is true. And I think that one of the best things for any human individual that they can do is to find peace within themselves and bring that to other people. And that's something that I want to do. But I recognize that it's difficult right now I just keep making excuses for myself, really. I want these things, but I'm not. What are the actions that I need to take? Because I'm probably not taking them. It feels like I might not be taking them, at least. And again, I think a lot of other people feel that way as well and can probably empathize with me in that regard. And I can empathize with other people. The fact that perhaps you want something, but you don't know how to get it because life is tricky. And we're filled with desires and different distractions, which could perhaps be inhibiting us from getting where we want to be. Question: what is something that perhaps could help you get to where you want to be? Answer: faith. Faith within oneself, faith within one's community, faith within humanity, faith within a higher power. It feels to me that so much of the online interactions from the media and other online avenues often feels that it is negativity and fear being pushed. Well, I'm going to push that away. I'm going to go outside, talk to other people, talk with myself, meditate, relax, and I'm going to inspire other people and inspire myself. That's what I want to do. So no more fear mongering. I see it all the time. Way too much. And I despise it. I despise it. I truthfully, with all my heart, I despise it. And with all my heart, I want more love and more inspiration, more hope, more good amongst the masses. That's what I want right now. But this is all what I want. How do we get there? That's the difficult part. No doubt. I mean, that's the difficult part of life, is you want all these things, or you're plagued by all these different desires. How do you deal with that? That's the question of life. I mean, that's just what life is, dealing with all the ups and downs, the emotions, the roller coaster. As Bill Hicks says, this is just a ride. So you can recognize that. Go with the flow. Or go against the currents. Whichever you so desire. But these are things that we all deal with, people. And I want to build a better community. But yet again, there's the question: how are you going to do that? Well, I think positive energy, good vibes, and love is a start. And I think if you start to follow where your heart goes, else will follow. As I say to myself often, is it's like getting good physical condition, else will follow. That's how it feels. It does sometimes feel like that I do have a purpose and I do have a path, which I don't want to say it's predetermined, but sometimes it does feel like that. Maybe other people can relate. And it feels intuitively I feel, okay, I think I should be going down this certain path or doing these certain things. Listening to my intuition in my heart. And it feels, well, if I do that, it'll probably be most beneficial for me, which I think ultimately will be most beneficial for humanity and my society, my peers, my local community. Because if you're doing something that's against your against your heart, and you're going against that, and you're going against your intuition, I mean, what is it that you're following? Just the negative voices in your head? Like, what is it? Seriously. If you're not following your desires, not desires. If you're not following your heart and your intuition, what is it that's guiding you? I think that's a very serious question that we should be asking ourselves, and I don't know. Something to ask yourself, something to ponder, something to question, something to consider. So, alright, that's my time. Yuck. Okay. Alright, thank you for watching. Again, much love to the community. I appreciate you all. Pick up an instrument. I got books over there. I gotta read them, and so should you. And go outside. Also, that above all else, go outside, go for a run, get in good physical shape. Alright, I suck at guitar. Thank you for watching though. Much love. Have a fantastic day.